Hiya and welcome back to Green Hill Gaming, where I share my passion of video games with the whole wide world. In this live stream, I will be completing the campaign in Resident Evil Village on hardcore difficulty because the last time I recorded uh, attempting to complete the campaign in Resident Evil Village on hardcore difficulty, I failed miserably. So I'm back with a vengeance. I have just hopefully defeated Mother Miranda. So sit back, relax, grab your jail sandwich, but as always, and more importantly, enjoy the live stream, which I have up and running on my phone right now. It's going to be a short and sweet live stream. Just wanted to show you, just wanted to show off basically. Now I'm only talking. Just wanted to show everyone me completing the campaign in Resident Evil Village on hardcore difficulty. So here we go. Die, Mother Miranda. You fuck off, you're still alive. She's dead! She dead.
Hey, Johnny.
She dead! Chad, she dead! I know, tragic story, just want your daughter back. I know, Mother Miranda. It's tragic. Mr. Chad Middleton, how are you keeping here? On a serious note. On a serious note, Chad. How is your mother doing today? Hope she's keeping well, man. Hope she's keeping well. And hope you're keeping well as well, Chad. Hope you had a good day. And you are very welcome back to Green Hill Gaming, where I have just completed the campaign on Resident Evil Village on hardcore difficulty. So great to have you in the live stream, Chad. And it's going to be a short and sweet live stream. Oh my god, like, I mean, you have to feel sorry for Mother Miranda. Like, she lost her daughter 100 years ago to the Spanish flu, and she just wanted to bring her daughter back. I mean, you have to sympathise with that. Okay, she went about things in a bit of a sinister kind of way, but you wouldn't stop at anything. I mean, look what Ethan is doing right now. He wouldn't stop at anything to bring his daughter back.
Rose.
You know? So Resident Evil Village. Just shush me, Ethan, I'm talking.
Thanks, she's gotten a black eye.
Oh, Jesus.
Take her to the eye doctor.
Fuck, she got a black eye. Jesus, Chad. Jesus, Chad. She's lucky to have you. You know, she is lucky to have you looking after her, man. You know, she really is. She really is. Here, tell her I was asking for her. I know she might know me, like, but just tell her that Green Hill Gaming. Tell her that Green Hill Gaming was asking for her, and that I hope that, you know, she is okay, and that everything goes okay with the eye doctor. Chad, you know, it's not nice to get a fall like that and to, you know, to have to go to an eye doctor. So I'll be thinking of you both, Chad. I'll be thinking of you both. But yeah, I mean, look at Ethan. I mean, Ethan went to hell and back, literally, to rescue his daughter, and that's what Mother Miranda is doing. I mean, Ethan and Mother Miranda obviously have two different ways of going about getting back their daughters, but that's essentially what it is. Mother Miranda, Ethan Winters, they both want their daughter back. And as we know, spoiler alert, Ethan Winters is already dead. He succumbed to the mold way back in the Baker incident. And
Ethan! Ethan!
It's absolutely tragic, like. And Chris Redfield, you know, the hero of the series, he still wants to, like, he is desperately trying to save his comrades, his friends. Desperately trying to
It's finished. I think we've finished.
Save the world from bioweaponry. And he's you know, it's still a losing fight. It's still a losing fight for Chris Redfield, because he has to say goodbye to his friend. I mean, Ethan Winters is his friend. Okay, he kept a few things from him, you know, but he felt he was doing the right thing. Keep moving, Ethan. I'm telling you,
There's a bomb in that thing that'll blow this whole
Village is an
sky high.
absolutely tragic story for everyone
Look at me.
involved.
When I hit this trigger, we can't be anywhere near it. Ah, damn it. Mia's waiting for you. She's alive, you hear me? Alive.
Oh, Mia. I'm so sorry.
I'm actually going to cry. It's just tragic, like.
Hey. Hey. You tell yourself. Now, come on, it's not that much further.
Ethan's life has been turned upside down so quickly. He never had time to process any of
It's
it.
over.
Chris Redfield had months and years to process his experience with bioweaponry. The Mansion incident, Raccoon City incident, Rockford Island incident. Just look how quickly Ethan Winter's life has been turned upside down. And now look at, he has to make the ultimate sacrifice. It's just so tragic, like. It actually brings a tear to my eye, like. I'm not joking. I just feel so bad for Ethan Winters. I mean, he just do anything to protect his loved ones, you know? The Mega Meister is just the most strangest entity of the entire Resident Evil series. And with the hit of a button, Winter sacrifices himself for the safety of his daughter, and Mia is just desperately
Rose.
waiting. Back.
Go. Go, take us up now.
Wait! Where's Ethan?
Get moving. We have to get clear.
No, we can't go. Not without my husband.
Mia, sit down and strap in.
Not before you tell me where Ethan is. I know he wouldn't abandon us. Tell me what's going on. Where? What was that?
I told you to sit down.
Where is he?
We got a week of a heat wave here.
Oh, it's
About
for you.
120 degrees during the day and night.
He's gone.
It doesn't start to cool down until 1 a.m.
1 a.m. Very hot here as well, Chad.
So we could all escape. I'm sorry.
Very hot here as well, actually. But 1 a.m. Damn.
You need to see this.
BSAA deploying bioweapons.
Send soldiers. This is a bioweapon.
The hell were they thinking?
Orders.
Suppose they were thinking fight fire or fire,
Course of the
really.
Squad. Plot a course for BSA at Europe HQ. Someone's got to pay.
I reckon there'll be DLC announced at tonight's Capcom E3 event. Oh, it's just tragic, like. Oh, man. Ethan Winter is like, within the span of 3 years, like, just went through so much, like. Like Chris Redfield had years to as I said, had years to process everything that happened to him.
They might also had a new B.O.W. they wanted to test out.
Oh yeah, possibly, Chad, possibly. But it's crazy to see the BSAA like experimenting with bioweapons, considering that they were established, funded to combat bioweapons. Oh, just poor Ethan Winters, like the man thought he lost his wife, 3 years ago. Is his wife, like, you know what I mean? Like, the love of your life, like, you know, goes missing, presumed dead. Imagine dealing with that. It doesn't have to be a wife. Just think of someone you love right now in your life, yeah? You know, they go missing and they're presumed dead. I don't know what that would do to you. The pain of that. Have to wake up every morning not knowing where your loved one is. And then you find out that they're still alive.
Speaking
And they're
of
asking...
dream, I turned into to watch the 2K event. They had an online class talking about diversity and being woke in video games.
Damn, they must have been talking about that for a long time. Yeah, I actually tuned in as well and I saw that, and I mean, I just they weren't talking about games, they weren't announcing games, so I, like you, Chad, I tuned out. I wasn't expecting GTA 6 to be shown, like. Do you know what I mean? But no, I think that was well, I keep getting 2K mixed up with Take-Two. I think that was Take-Two, Chad.
Face with tears of joy.
I'm possibly wrong. But yeah, I tuned out as well. Okay, obviously, like, I didn't tune up because of anything against gay people. It's just, it's got nothing to do with the video game.
Searched all day and at last arrived. With rampant rage, Father fought the witch, while Mother's loving touch shattered the dark enchantment. But the witch was strong, and Father yelled, "Save our daughter!" So Mother bore their child to safety as the forest was consumed. Even now, the burnt forest is a grim reminder of Father's sacrifice. To this day, any child who stares too long into the charred wasteland will be haunted by nightmares of getting lost while picking berries. Hello, my tears, because of you.
But yeah, the tragic story of Ethan Winters. Man. So the pain of losing his wife was somewhat eased when she apparently contacted him and said, "Come find me in Louisiana." And the hell that Ethan Winters went through to bring his wife back. He literally went right into the gates of hell itself to bring back his wife. In what I would say would have been far worse, in my opinion, than the mansion incident. Because you weren't just dealing with a couple of slow-paced... Ethan Winters wasn't dealing with a couple of slow-paced zombies that he could run past and a giant tyrant. He was dealing with Jack Baker, who pursued him throughout the entire estate, as well as Margaret Baker, as well as the crazy psychopathic Lucas Baker, and all of them molded. But he went through all of that to eventually save his wife. And saved by Chris Redfield, the hero of the Resident Evil universe. He settles down with Mia, tries to put that hell behind him. Little did he know that he was dead. Little did he know that he was killed by Jack Baker, and the mole completely took hold of his body, and he is now the mole. That he didn't know that. Mia did, but she kept it from him. She kept that from him. She kept something like that from him. But nonetheless, he doesn't know this. He settles down with Mia. They have a baby together, Rose Winters. Everything is peaceful until the person who saved him previously in the Baker Mansion incident shows up, shoots what he thinks is his wife, but it's actually Mother Miranda, who lost her daughter 100 years ago to the Spanish flu and just wants her baby back. And she also went through hell. And she put herself through hell. and the people around her through hell, so she could bring back her daughter. So she disguised herself as Mia Winters with the plan of taking Rose. Chris finds wind of this, decides to not tell Ethan, shoots up Mia, takes Rose, brings Ethan to the village in Romania. Damn, that was one hell of a view. Sorry. But, sorry, where was I? So they arrive in the village. Mother Miranda is the corpse of Mia. She disguised herself as the corpse of Mia. She goes crazy. She unleashes lichens and everything else. And Ethan is on a mission, this time to save his daughter, Rose Winters. He eventually finds out through Chris that Mia wasn't Mia, but Mother Miranda. Finds out the story behind Mother Miranda, why she's doing what she's doing. He finds pieces of her daughter in flasks with some fat overgrown merchant. Tells him that inside those flasks are pieces of her daughter. He finds out then, through Evelyn, that he's actually dead. So it's just... He thought he died at one stage because he had his heart ripped out by Mother Miranda. Comes back, thinks he survived it, but he actually finds out that he was dead the whole time. And then he realises that he has to sacrifice himself to save the life of his daughter. All that in 3 years. Everything I just said there, everything that Ethan Winters went through there, happened in 3 years. A tragic, hellish existence of Ethan Winters in 3 short years. Pales in comparison to anything Chris Redfield went through. I didn't realise going into Village just how much Ethan Winters had gone through and will continue to go through. But I am telling you, the tragic story of Ethan Winters has nothing on any of the heroes of Resident Evil.
I wonder
None
where
of them.
Chris got the funds to form his team.
Interesting. He probably would have had funding available to him. Would be my guess. But yeah, just what a tragic story. What a tragic story. I mean, Chris Redfield had years and years and years to process all the trauma he went through. And he had military training as well before he even went to STARS. Ethan Winters had no military training until after the events of 7. Now we have Rose Winters, who has to live with the loss of her father. Possibly mother, who knows?
Do you think the little boy will be able to touch the moon?
Nobody can touch the moon.
Because why wouldn't Rose, why wouldn't Mia be with her?
Rocket ship.
Okay, then you can touch it, but it'd be very, very cold.
Do you know, I haven't seen Stranger Things yet, but I know a little bit about Stranger Things. I got a very Stranger Things vibe from the ending of Village and going into 9, because Rose Winters is basically a human, but with more or less superhuman abilities. Nothing like anything Resident Evil has ever produced before. And I would imagine she's going to be one of the main characters, possibly the main character in 9. So I don't know. I just can't, and especially the way this organization is kind of watching over her. You know, making sure she doesn't fuck up. You know, always making sure she's in line. If I'm not mistaken, that's pretty much what Stranger Things is kind of about. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard about it.
You know how it is.
Oh yeah, this scene here.
Talk of the goddamn devil.
Somebody zoomed in and saw Ethan Winters. If it is Ethan Winters, it's clearly just a vision. A vision that Rose is seeing. Because she is still connected to the Mega Misa, even though it's been destroyed. Possibly she's still connected to it.
Yeah, I found her. Where else? Today of all days. We have a situation. You're needed. Evelyn.
Don't you ever call me that again.
Whoa, it's just a joke, Rose.
I can show you things even Chris doesn't know I can do.
See? Superhuman powers that Chris doesn't even know about.
We have a clear shot.
Stand down. I can handle it.
So whoever that person was going to shoot her because she threatened him.
Way to keep it together, Rose.
And she's a very powerful biological weapon, so they can't take any chances. Although I completely agree with her.
Him, you know?
I know.
Just honestly, like, what a story. Now, obviously, that's fast forwarded years into the future there, because she looks about, I don't know, 17, 18. How are they going to explain that, though? 17 years. I mean, Chris already looks old, so he's going to be like an old man. He's literally going to be an old man. Well, not that old, like, but he was presumed he'd be in his 60s, late 60s anyway. But the thing that this thing with Ethan walking towards, that's like going to be clearly a vision, like, you know. I don't think you can explain Ethan Winters coming back from an explosion like that after he was so weak and he was, you know, turned into mold. Fair enough, he got his hat ripped out early on, but that's different. So the father's story is now done. I would imagine that the daughter's story would be the main story of 9, which is actually already in development. It's been in development since 2008. A trophy, world's best dad, finished the story on at least hardcore difficulty. Take no notice of the 12 hours and 19 minutes and 48 seconds. That may have been my second playthrough, but I still take my goddamn time when I'm playing that game. I'm not some fucked up, jacked up, fucking, you know, speedrunner YouTuber. Yeah, I'm me. I do it my way, you know, so deal with it. Oh yes, special weapon. You can now get the following
Chris
weapon
Redfield
from the...
and created a school of mutants.
Possibly, the X-Men. Possibly. What did I get? You can now get the following weapons from the extra content shop for finishing the game. I get a hand cannon PZ. And I have gotten some CP. Overwrite as completed data. Yeah, why not? I think it makes much of a difference what I'm going to say about here anyway. Okay, that is the end of my live stream. Just as I end the live stream, just once again, as I was saying there, I mean, like, earlier, like, Chris Redfield, you know, like, he had military training before he even went into the mansion incident. Now, nothing that Chris Redfield was trained for could have prepared him for encountering zombies, you know, and his comrades being eaten apart. But he still had, like, training. Like, when Ethan Winters went into the Baker Mansion incident, he did not have any military training. He had to completely go on the fly. He had to completely adapt to the situation. After the Mansion incident, Chris Redfield had a lot of time to process what happened, okay? And after the Raccoon City incident, he had a lot of... No, I mean, fair enough, a lot changed in his life as well, like, you know, you have to understand, too. You know, the Mansion incident, like, 3 months later, you know, the Raccoon City incident happened. And I think a couple of months after that, then he went to Rockford Island. But still, I mean, he had a lot of time to process what happened after the fall of Umbrella and the fall of Raccoon City, right? A lot of time. But like 3 years in Ethan Winters' life and everything that just happened, everything that I just described what happened to him, it's one hell of a tragic story, you know? And then Mother Miranda has to live 100 years trying to bring back her daughter, you know? So what I would take away from Resident Evil Village's story is an absolute tragic story, not just about Ethan Winters and what he had to go through for the last 3 years, you know, saving his wife, saving his daughter, finding out he's dead, just everything he went through, you know, physically and mentally. But it's also about Mother Miranda. It's also about Miranda, who had a daughter 100 years ago. She died because of the Spanish flu, and she wanted to die. I mean, who wouldn't, to be fair, after losing a loved one like your daughter? So she literally went into a hole, went into a cave and wanted to die. And then she discovered the Megamycet, and she knew that would bring back her daughter. So she spent the rest of her heirs trying to bring her back. So it just tells a completely different story to any other Resident Evil game. It's not about some greedy, powerful, shady corporation who will stop at nothing at producing biological weapons. Now, just before you call me out there, that is not the official lore of why the Umbrella Corporation was established. They obviously were people within the Umbrella Corporation who just wanted to create biological weapons. And that is what the US military was interested in. That's the reason they were funding Umbrella Corporation. Obviously, Oswald E. Spencer was the CEO of Umbrella. He had his own intentions, which he had no interest in biological weapons. But there was still technically a corporation called the Umbrella Corporation. And a lot of people within, a lot of his executives and researchers, they only wanted to create biological weapons. They would stop at nothing, right, at doing that. That was more or less the story of, like, 1, 2, and 3. Just this corporation who would not stop their biological research no matter what damage they cause. So this crazy scientist, basically. But Madame Miranda is not a crazy scientist.
Umbrella elbow cup.
I know, yeah, Soldier Boy Umbrella. Okay, so I'm going way over time here now because I've got things to do and people to do. No, I'm only joking. So this is the end of the live stream. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. And Chad, I hope your mother is okay. And yeah, tell her that Green Hill Gaming was asking for her. Tell her that Green Hill Gaming said hi, and that I hope everything is okay. So Chad, I may see you later on tonight with another live stream of Ratchet and Clank. Although it depends on how tired I am, to be honest with you. But until then, good vibes, and I will see you next time.